everyone, welcome to your workout. This is going to be a great hip opening stretch. You're going to be working on these hip flexors, flexibility in general, and it's going to be a yoga session. So grab your mat and we're going to do some stretches in the beginning, and then we're going to get into a little bit of some yoga poses, and then we will be done. So hope you get nice and flexible after this, or come back to the video later on to try it all over again, and I'll catch you in just a second. Let's go ahead and take a kneeling squatting position. So you're in your wide knee squatting position here, and you're just going to put your heels, if you can, put your heels together. This is going to knock you off balance just a little bit. Put your heels together and hold in this position. You can reach for the floor and walk your fingertips out and then walk them back. Come up tall. You're in this deep little froggy position. And then if you can balance, open up your hands and press them to the insides of your knees to deepen that stretch. And then we're going to gently just fall onto the floor into a controlled seated position. So now you bring your feet together into your butterfly stretch. You can bounce or hold, maybe just flap the wings gently to initiate this hip opening yoga workout. And we're just gonna hold here. We're gonna open up both of the legs for a variation or modification. If you don't wanna open up one or open up both, just open up a single leg. So you are in this single leg wide pose here. You can put your your forearm or elbow to the floor. Hi, Bob, come here, buddy. Or you can go ahead and open up both of the legs and come here, buddy. Oh, my little carpet. So my little carpet is right there in front of me. Your knees are either in a bent position and, or come here, bent position slightly, or you can go ahead and extend them fully. So you are straightening the legs and then grab onto something in front of you, maybe a furry puppy or a ball or something that you can rest your hands on. I need you to come here though. Come here, cutie pie. Come here. You could just reach out in a tall position. You don't want to hunch your back. So reaching out and back. Push out and back. Again, your modifications are bent knees or a single leg. And we're just reaching, a gentle reach from a tall position here. And then you could switch and do the other leg if you're just doing singles. So I'm gonna try to give modifications for anybody that needs them, any beginners. Okay, we're gonna come up into a downward facing dog. Modification for a downward dog, you could just stay on your hands and knees if you're not comfortable going all the way up just yet. So hands and knees, or even on your forearms, and you could just practice pushing up like this. If you're ready for a downward facing dog, plant your hands to the floor. Carefully lift your hips up. So you may start here with your knees hovering, or you might be able to push all the way into a straight leg position. All right, so now we're gonna get into the workout, this hip opening workout. Take your right leg, lift it up. Let's just do some kicks from the floor here. And that's 4 and 5. And you're going to inhale and bring the knee, bend the knee, and we're going to do some circles. So inhaling and exhaling. And 3, 4, and 5. And then let's go in reverse for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open up that hip. Don't drop down just yet, but we're just opening the hip. A modification to this is your knee or elbow or both are down on the floor. This is if you're not ready for a downward facing dog yet. So just take that leg and stick it up in the air, maybe bend it, maybe do some pulses like this. So take your variation up all the way or modified down on the floor. And then you're gonna push back up. Now we're gonna flip the dog over. So I'm gonna scoot myself over. Make sure you have room behind you. Flip yourself around into this rock star pose. Again, your modification, if you're not here yet, is to sit down and reach up. And then gradually, as you get comfortable, push your hip off the floor. That's level 1. And then level 2 and 3, you're pushing these hips all the way up like this. Okay, make sure you're breathing. If I'm explaining, it's harder for me to demonstrate the breathing. We're gonna go back up into the flip dog or rock star position. And then we're gonna turn our bodies around. So lifting the back leg up and put it forward. If you were down on your knee, so if you're down in this seated position like this, just take this leg and walk it forward. You can assist it if you want to. So this is a slow motion version. You are in your kneeling position on the mat. We're gonna push up into a warrior 3 supported. Again, if you don't want to do the warrior 3 all the way up, knee to the floor and lift that left leg up. So if you're doing it from the standing position, right leg is on the floor and the left leg is lifting up. We're going to do some kicks from here, and 3, 4, 5. I'm going to turn and face this way so you can see what I'm doing. So the left leg has just kicked a few times. Then we're going to roll the hip straight to the front and then open it back up. This is a half moon. Half moon variation. One hand is up and one hand is down on the mat. Let's roll it down for 1 and open up the hip. Roll it down for 2 and open up and roll the hip. You're turning your hip forward to face the mat. Now you're opening it up for number 3. The modification is taking a knee to the floor and doing it the same way. I'll show you the knee to the floor version of that. This is your half moon, and then you're gonna flip the hip downward like that and then open it. So you can support yourself by just rolling the hip open and close like that. All right, so we're gonna come back to this front of the mat. We were in our warrior 3 supported. Take your left foot. Now, drop it down into your lunge position and lift your body up. Let's pulse. We're stretching out that hip flexor. So I'm going to show you from the side view where you see my open hip, and pulse up and down. If you're on the floor, if you're doing this with your knee, just lean forward and back, just like this. You're still going to get that hip flexing action. And push up off the knee, and then let's open up into a warrior 3. If the knee is folding in, open it out. This is an easier position, beginner friendly position. If you're not quite to the standing level, just keep one knee down to the floor and you can still do these leaning exercises. So we're in a Virabhadrasana 2, a warrior 2. Let's bring the hands in for prayer and push out. Bring them in and out. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. We're going to take it back to a peaceful warrior. Inhale, exhale to extended side angle. We're still focusing on these hips. Inhale for peaceful warrior. And then exhale, extended. 1 more. Inhale, and then exhale. And then let's stretch out that knee for a Trikonasana triangle pose. Now you are in this triangle pose. Again, if you're doing this from a kneeling position, you're just gonna open up a single leg. So you can have one knee to the floor, that's a variation. If you're up standing, both legs are extended into this Trikonasana pose. Whew. Few breaths here, and then come back into your bent knee, warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Step wide with your left foot, and if your booty wants to stick out like this, push yourself into this flattened position so that you are opened up, your whole body is on the same plane. And let's go ahead and do some goddess squats. So settle into this goddess squat and let's pulse down for 1, 2, inhale, exhale 3, exhale, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we're gonna bring the heels in just a little bit closer. If you're not quite here yet, grab a seat, a chair, a stool, anything, because we're gonna drop our hips down to a low Malasana squat, middle way Malasana squat. So you're in your Malasana squat, we're gonna hold here for 30 seconds. Deep breaths will help you get through it. Sit in a chair if it's not comfortable. That's 10. And 30. Woo! Feel the burn. Step to the front of your mat. Let's just do some deep breaths. You're in your Tadasana pose and we're just catching our breath here. That was a lot on the hips, but that's what we're trying to do, is get our flexibility. We're gonna step back and we're gonna do the same thing on the other side now. So come back into your downward facing dog or your modified downward facing dog. You can even be on your knees and do most of these exercises. So I'm gonna come back up. Let's do our kicks for 1, 2, exhale, 3, 4, and 5. Bring, my hands slipped. Open up the hip for the left leg and just hold there. Now let's do our hip circles. 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're gonna open up and then we're gonna take our foot and drop it down behind us. So then you're in this position. Remember, the modification is you're down sitting on the floor with your back leg is propped up. So my heel is lifted up off the floor. So this is your modification. Otherwise, you're gonna push this hip up in the air. We're holding here. Come into your supported warrior 3. Left leg is forward. And let's open up into the half moon. Kick a few times just to continue to open up that hip. And then we're going to roll the hip down to the floor and then open it up. Roll forward, open up, roll forward, open up, roll forward, open up, and then step long into your lunge position. And so we're gonna pulse here in this lunge position, either from your knee being on the floor, you can pulse like we did on the other leg, or the knee is up. Let's go ahead and pulse. 8, 9, and 10, and then open it up into your warrior 2. So if this knee is folding inward, push out with it. And then let's go ahead with our in and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, stay in here in your Virabhadrasana 2. Let's launch back into a peaceful warrior. And then extended side angle, peaceful and extended. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. I can't remember if we did 3 or 5 on the other side. So now you're in your extended side angle. To deepen this stretch, we're gonna drop the left hand to the floor and straighten the knee. You might wanna bring your feet in a little bit closer. You can put your hand on your leg. If you wanna come up a little bit taller or slide all the way down, touch the floor, touch your ankle, some part of your leg. And we're reaching up. If you wanna maybe challenge your balance, try looking up to your hand. Good, so this is a really good stretch for the hamstrings. We're unlocking all the stretches here. And then we're gonna push ourselves back up into that Virabhadrasana. Open up the knee if you need to. And then we're gonna turn the right foot. Now we're facing the same plane. So remember, if you're sticking out this way, push your hips forward. We're working on the hip area right now. And let's go ahead and do our goddess squats. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this is where we're going to shuffle the feet in a little bit closer for this deep Malasana squat. So Malasana squat, you're taking up the width of your mat. I'm just showing you the front view. So you're dropping your hips down. We're going to hold here for 30 seconds. Sit on a chair if it feels better and just pretend and push, maybe push out on your knees. That's 10. Keep it up through the pain. And 30, push back up, and let's just go ahead and do a wide leg fold here. Modification to a wide leg fold is, of course, you can have your knees to the floor or just take one knee down for this wide leg stretch. And then we're actually going to take both knees down and do a froggy pose. So the froggy pose, your knees are going to go as wide as you can let them go and fan out your feet. So the front view, my feet are going out wide and I've got a doggy in front of me. Come here, buddy. Can I slide you over? Come here, buddy. Oh my goodness. I scared the other one. All right. So you're going to come down low, low, low. Modifications to this are maybe just do a kneeling position with your feet together. So the kneeling position, your feet are together and you can just, if your feet are together, you can just sit back onto your feet. Come here, Chewy. Guys, come here. They're like right away. Come here, Chewy. Come here, bud. Hey, what are you eating off the floor? There's like nothing there. Come here. Come here, bud. All right. So heels are together and you're just gonna rock back and forth. This is level 1. Level 2 is to separate the feet. So you saw my feet were together in this little diamond shape and you're just sitting like this or hunching back, shifting your weight back and forth to get your flexibility. When you're ready, separate the knees a little bit wider and flare out the feet so that they are, your toes are facing outward like this. See, my feet are facing outward and you're gonna lower yourself as low as your body allows. Try to drop the hips, scooch the knees out even lower, and we're gonna hold here for 30 seconds. The side view of this, side or semi back view without crushing your knees, is to get down low with your hips and maybe hold here for 30 seconds, even through the pain. As you're feeling a little bit of pain, try to give it a little bit of a rock. See if your knees can go out a little bit wider. Keep it up, 20 more seconds here. All right, and carefully walk the knees back in. Let's just counter the stretch. We're gonna sit on top of the knees and lift up. So you're bringing the knees together, and I match my mat, but anyway, you're just picking up your knees off the floor and rocking a little bit back and forth. That's your counter stretch. Then we're gonna do a quick little side body twist. So I'm taking one leg out, and then I'm gonna lift the opposite leg. So my right leg is out, my left leg is bent. I'm hugging this knee, or I'm twisting my body and looking over my left shoulder. So left leg is bent, left shoulder, I'm looking over it. That's a good counter stretch to the frog stretch that we just did. And then you're gonna release it. You can hold as long as you want, but I'm just giving you a quick demo. Then let's switch the legs. So now my left leg is extended, my right leg is up, and I'm hooking my elbow on the back and then sitting up tall to look over my right shoulder. Carefully coming out of the stretch, scoot yourself to the back of your mat and roll like a ball a couple of times. The knees to the chest is a good little exercise for your hips and your spine stretch. So give yourselves a hug, rock left and right if you want to, or you can find stillness, and then we can go into a happy baby, which is almost everybody's favorite. You could just shift your body left and right and then settle into the stretch. Take your hair down if you're using a clippy, so you don't crush the clippy. And bend the knees, lower the knees as low as they can go. Put a little pressure on it. And that's your happy baby. Put your feet back together and roll like a ball to get up. And you can come back into your butterfly stretch again. And that's, hi buddy, thank you for coming to see me. That's gonna be it for your hip opening stretch yoga workout. So thank you so much for joining me, and have a great day. Bye.